So now we get into chapter 13, which is John showing you a vision of what the devil is doing while the Lamb and the followers of the Lamb and his church are doing what they can to build up the kingdom. Chapter 13 is all about these earthly kingdoms that are following the devil, and they're binding people down and doing blasphemies and killing people and living lives of iniquity. That's all in chapter 13. So then you end chapter 13 in this last verse where he says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666."
Is this the right number?
That would be a superlative perfection, completion, wholeness. 6 consistently falls short of. 6 is the kind of symbolically not a great number because it approximates but falls short of 7, and it acts as if it's complete, but it's not. So it would be like bad, bad, bad.
It's a superlative of not ever arriving at completion. It's actually a complete imposter. It tries to get people to focus here versus being fully complete.
Which is going to be focused on Christ. So if you get into gematria, this using numbers associated with the letters in your name, spelled out in Hebrew, and each letter has a number value. You add those up, and everybody's name has a 1 number value. To the saints receiving this book, this revelation of John in the first century, I think they would have all recognized the number 666 as being the name equivalent of Nero. Because if you say Caesar Nero, Kaiser Nero, you're going to add up all those numbers and it comes up with 666. So they see him as this beast that is being empowered by the dragon, by the devil himself, to do this work of destruction among the woman and her children who are striving to keep the commandments. So that's first century. But quite frankly, Nero isn't affecting my life. He's not a part of your life. So there are other symbolic ways that you could analyze in your life. What are those influences that are battling against my spiritual progression on the covenant path?
Keeping you from being full and complete with God, that want you to be stopped or damned at just about being there, but not.
Yeah.
Now, there's a Greek manuscript tradition that sometimes uses the word 669, and it's a variant reading of Nero's name as Neron. And so you just have to realize, if you ever see the number 666 anywhere, you don't have to lose your mind over this. It's just a symbol. In fact, in the United States, there was a highway called Highway 666, and there was a governor who was so bothered by this, he actually changed the number. Maybe that was a fine thing to do, but look, the number itself has no inherent meaning. If you find it in your phone number or your address somewhere, it means nothing about whether you're on God's path or not. But in the time of John, it was as a clear symbol that someone like Nero, who's standing in the way of God's people fully progressing, you want to avoid those kinds of influences and people in your life. You want to be with God all the way.